All right, here we go. So I have some goals for today's webinar. I was able to kind of put it into 4 columns: technology and finances, chamber growth, chamber engagement, and diversifying revenue. I got a lot of feedback from some of our attendees about what they wanted to see today, so I'm going to try to fit it all in the hour, but there are going to be places that I'm going to say, hey, we could dive deeper into this on a one-on-one call. If you're interested, I'm available for hour-long demos and or training sessions for free, no cost associated with those. But I also have some older webinars where we dive into some of these things, and I'll be able to link those while we're going. So the first column that I really want to address is technology and finances. It's fine to pay for a platform when you're using it all the time and it's really providing a lot of value. But what happens in a situation like COVID, when basically the economy shut down for a bit and you're still paying a monthly fee for a platform that is no longer able to provide you value? So, reducing costs just by switching to a free platform, I think, is a great win for a lot of people. Another thing that comes with that is modernizing your technology. Oftentimes people have multiple different technology platforms that might not really integrate with each other or might not really work with each other. Maybe the old executive director has the passwords and you're coming on as a new executive director and you're still trying to navigate where everything's stored. So having one central place for community engagement is super important. And as I mentioned, integrations. Say you already have a website that you really like and you have these products that you really like. How can you find a piece of technology that's going to work between those and communicate between those? I think that's also really important. The second thing that we're going to be talking about today is chamber growth. The best thing that you can do, obviously, is retain your existing members, provide value for them, make it so that they know that this being part of your chamber is super important. So retaining existing members is very important. We'll talk about some tactics to do that, but also attracting new members and reaching new audiences. I think a lot of people want to know, how can I attract younger business owners, younger generations? How can I provide value for them? How can I attract completely new businesses in my area? So that's something that we're also going to be talking about. The next column is going to be chamber engagement. It's difficult to have in-person events now. How do you provide value online? How do you not just be another website with resources? What can you do to diversify what you're providing your chamber with? What kind of virtual events can you have, virtual networking? And how can you come together as a community online, build that community, build trust, advocate for policy, all those types of things. And then the final one is diversifying revenue. So we have some really cool ideas on how you can add new revenue streams to your chamber or improve current revenue streams, streamline the finances, all that kind of stuff. Fundraising, producing premium content, having tiered membership model with different add-ons or options for each tier. So we're going to cover all that today. This webinar is powered by Member.buzz. We're a technology platform, like I said, for groups and organizations to come together. We are a free all-in-one platform. The way that we make money, for full transparency, is a percentage of every transaction that goes through the platform. So basically, you pay for what you use. We also have a lot of completely free content like articles, website building, all these things that have no transactions related to them. So it's really a great platform. It can be used for one specific thing or everything, depending on your needs, super customizable. So we're going to dive in. We have a demo site called the Penguin Club. We love penguins here at Member.buzz, so we think it's fun to play around with them. If you guys want to follow along, feel free to go to penguin-club.org. That's where our main site is. Think of this as, our are like our overarching organization. This will come in handy when we talk about site integration and hierarchical organizations. Today, we're actually going to work on a new site that I created called the Penguin Club Chamber of Commerce. So I'm just going to type in Penguin Club cc.member.buzz. You'll notice that the Penguin Club has a unique URL, and this one has a Member.buzz URL. The reason for that is because I just created it and I haven't made or uploaded a custom URL yet. That's something that you can do for free. We can help you do it if you don't know how. We have a lot of really good documentation in our support documentation about it. It will get dropped in the chat. So I'm already logged in. As you can see here, I just click my name up in the top right. If not, I would click login and I go to the login screen, and I'm going to go to dashboard. Now you can see that this is a very, bland looking homepage. We're going to change that in the homepage area. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to design the homepage landing page. This is going to change throughout the webinar, but I'm going to just show you how to clear out the old homepage and start new. As you can see, when you first go to your dashboard, you land on the setup module. This is where you can do certain things like, change the name of your space, add a description. This is what shows up in Google. Change your slug, which is what goes in your URL, add some contact information, social links, all this kind of stuff. These are all the bells and whistles. I'm not going to do this right now. There's other webinars where we kind of dive into the setup and the settings of the module. This is going to be more of a high level experience. So I'm just going to click over to create, and I'm going to go to pages. And you'll see that all of your pages are in one area, and you can just basically choose whichever one you want to be your homepage. You'll see there's a little check mark right here. I'm just going to show you how to completely wipe that homepage from the default and start new. We're just going to put a quick coming soon sign because we're going to be designing something else. So I'm just going to click into this slice here, and I'm going to click on layout and reset content to default. Just going to add some slices, and I'm going to say coming soon. We just added some cool new fonts over here. So I'm going to choose Montserrat, and I'm going to make it huge. And just for a little bit of fun, I'm going to make the background black and the text white. And let's just look in here. I'm going to make it super black. We have a nice dark gray in there now, but super black, text, center it, add some spacing. And just for some fun, I'm going to actually insert this cool image that I made. Nice. There we go. Now we have a little splash page for us. I'll save that, and we can look it up. Still clicked as the home page. Let's just press the I and see how it looks. Beautiful. Penguin Club, Chamber of Commerce, coming soon. So that's what we're going to be creating today. Like I mentioned, we're just going to go back to the goals. We're going to be talking about technology and finances, chamber growth, chamber engagement, and diversifying revenue. We're going to be talking about them within the context of the Member.buzz platform, but a lot of the themes and topics that we're going to be talking about today are relevant across if you already have a website, new ideas to kind of engage with your community, something I also described earlier, which is your members, your potential members, and anybody else who's a stakeholder in your city, town, commonwealth, whatever, however large geographical area you define. So we're just going to head back to the Penguin Club Chamber of Commerce space. You'll see that's different than the Penguin Club space. You can have multiple spaces with the same login, which is also really convenient. One profile across multiple spaces if you need it. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually create a membership page. So I started playing around earlier. I'm just going to delete that one because it looked weird. Actually, I'm going to delete that one. Yep, and we'll just create a new one. So it's easy as that. Just press add, and we're going to call it memberships. Okay, if we wanted to change this to be the home page, we just click this little button, but we're not going to. We're going to turn comments off because it's a landing page. It's not really a forum type thing, but comments are a great opportunity if you want to incite a discussion, you know, virtual community building. That's what we were talking about before. I'm going to turn off default title because it would just have this be at the top. And then we're just going to go down to the designer. So you'll see the designer is actually really easy to work with. The first thing that I like to do is insert a bunch of slices just so it gets a little longer. And I'm going to start by coming up with a header. You know, we could really dive into the design of this. There's really so much that you can do with this designer, but we're going to keep it really simple today in the interest of time. And we're going to call it the membership page. All right. Oh, wait, no. Membership levels. And I'm going to add some spacing above and below. And then I mentioned I really like Montserrat. And so that's what we're going to use today. In the setup, you can define your standard fonts and font weights, all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to skip that for today, but in the future, it can really help. You can also do that with your colors. And I'm going to insert a layout. So I'm just going to go to the layout tab. You can do like a slice color if that's what you want to do. You can do pink. You can do any of these colors. You can choose a completely custom color, kind of play around with it, or you can upload your brand and you can have it right here at the top. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to insert a slice banner. I made this one with this cute picture of a penguin on some snow, and I think that we'll just go with that for now. Like I mentioned, this isn't super design heavy today, but more content heavy. So we'll see if we want to do some design updates later. Okay, we'll just do that. Membership levels. I'll add a little bit of design actually. Let's see. Let me grab some lorem ipsum just to show what it would look like. And in order to make it so the words don't go over there, we could just press enter the next line, or we could insert a slice to the right and just make it a little bit smaller. Looks good to me. And we'll just make this Montserrat and larger. Such a great font. Cool. So super basic design right now. It's obviously going to get better, but we're just going to keep going. So I'm going to do a little, we'll choose black. We might change that in the future, but I'm going to say like featured members, just to spice things up, some design elements. We're going to do Montserrat, maybe make it 20. And I'm actually going to do another one below so I can add some columns. And this is a great place where you can like put some icons of maybe your featured spaces. And we'll come back to this later because with the different membership tiers, because this is a great opportunity to have higher membership tiers for people who are looking for some cross promotion or advertising. So I'm just going to go back to my Penguin Club. I have some icons over here. Nice. And then I want these to be small, so I'm just going to click on image and determine the width. And then I'm just going to center it. just like that. All right. We're going to just do that a couple more times. What's really cool is you can also upload PDF documents files, so you can link downloadable content for your members. It's really important to have kind of all in one place, easy to access, easy to link to your site, any type of resource page that you wanted to create. And you can, keep different versions in there too, update your versions, update your links. All right. So that's cool. It's a cute little design element. I mentioned I'm a designer, so I do love spending time on design and making it look nice. But in the interest of time, we want to talk about content today. So here is just going back to our goals of today. I really want to talk about diversifying revenue, attracting new members right now with this membership page. And let me just pull this over here. Go back to my design. Nice. So we want to talk about diversifying memberships. So I'm not sure how you currently do your memberships. There's always opportunity to try new things. If you already have a tiered model, that's great. Maybe think about having some add-ons or using your virtual space to provide more value to your current and future members. So that's what we're going to kind of do with our tiered model. So I'm going to say membership tiers. And if I could spell, that would be great. MEMBERSHIP, tiers. Lovely. And we'll just say 30 for now, and we'll center it. And let's say that we have 3 tiers. I'm going to just insert my layouts. And you can just make things bigger and smaller by clicking in and using increase, decrease. Nice. Perfect. So we're going to have our standard membership tier. Standard membership tier. This is, if you are only a 1-tiered organization right now, this would be your bread and butter, access to the website, access to certain things. You get to decide what value you want to provide people and what price point this works at. And let me just drop some lorem ipsum in there. We can talk about the differences in a second. And then we'll make the memberships on the platform and show the differences there as well. So here we go. Got some lorem ipsum, got our standard membership. I'm going to say this next one is going to be called Online Warrior. This is going to allow people access to all of the extra content that you're going to create online, any potential gated content. These members can have different access when logged into the same website. That's really one of the best powers of Member.buzz that we're going to learn later is you can have multiple types of memberships, and each membership level can have access to different pages and different resources. And that can be how you can really have one website, one space, but be communicating with members differently, offering different services. Awesome. So, and then we're going to have exclusive. And this is going to exclusive. Please don't hate me if I make a spelling error. I'm not the best speller. It was never my strong suit. I spelled banana wrong in 3rd grade spelling bee, and it was really embarrassing because the Gwen Stefani song had just came out, and I was like, B-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-S, and it was just too many. Did it too long. So we always use spell check here, that's for sure. All right. We'll make these 20. I like 20. Oh, I forgot to do Montserrat. I'll just go back and do that in a second. And I'm just gonna put some thoughts down here. So what are the extra things that the online warriors get? This is really where the ideas come through. I was thinking something that's really great for your chamber that you can kind of do online is have access to forums, access to business forums, questions, special events. So we can say access to forums, which is basically an online way to either network or talk about certain topics. As a chamber, you can kind of look at your member network and you can see, all right, we have a lot of restaurants, or we have a lot of these types of things. We have a lot of these types of things. Maybe you can make specific forums or specific community areas for those people to come together and communicate. Or maybe you have people that you think would really work well together, complementary businesses, and maybe you can make a forum for complementary businesses, or asks, hey, I run a barbershop, but I need an accountant. How do you find things? That is something that is super valuable. Those community networks, super valuable. So creating online access to forums, great. Second, we can have gated content. Something that's great is you could reach out to your member networks and see, hey, does anybody want to do a partnership where you write guides or blogs, guides for marketing or increasing sales, or all these types of things for your members? Put on here gated content, exclusive only to people who pay a little bit extra on the membership tier. Another thing is special events or discounts on events. Special events or discounted events. And what's really cool is, based on membership level, you can actually pre-build in discounts for your events or products or services or whatever it is that you do based on membership tier. So it's just there, created for you, ready to go. And then exclusive, I had some really cool ideas for this. And then we'll just do standard really quickly first. I was thinking a way to reach out to younger generations, people who are just now starting businesses, are just graduating from colleges or high school or university, or just an entrepreneur on their own right. You could offer discounts for the standard membership based on how many years they've been in business. So I would also say, with the standard membership, you could also make a fourth membership tier. You could have a new biz discount. And that's maybe for people who are in their first or second year of their business, and they really do want to get involved with their community, with their local chamber, but they just can't, they don't have the cash flow to afford the full membership fee. And we can say that's like 50% off. And then exclusive content, you kind of have to determine what your people need and what they desire, but you can, again, have some of these things, access to different forums, gated content, special events, discounted events. I would say maybe exclusive events. Gated content would be our articles. What's really cool is you can do landing pages for your chambers, so advertising on your website. One or so featured on space site, website, site. One landing page highlighting company. The possibilities are endless. I'm sure we can come up with a couple more. And let's just kind of look at this again. So we have our membership levels. As you can see, I didn't do much design, but we can come back and spruce it up later. Featured members is something to kind of think about. You could say exclusive members here if you want to highlight your below membership tier. Exclusive members, kind of showing off your exclusive members and the value that they get on your membership page is a great idea. And down here, we will just save this for now. This page is not done, but we are going to move on to dive into memberships really quickly. All right, so I saved that page. We'll come back to it. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create our memberships. So we're going to go over to manage and we're going to go to memberships. And that's where we're going to create our membership tiers. What's really cool about Member.buzz before we create the memberships is that you have basically two contact lists. You have your members contact list, which is right here. And then you also have your contacts contact list. Your contacts contact list is a CRM that you can use as an address book to manually upload prospects, partners, employees, anybody who doesn't have a membership. Your members contact book is where all your membership data will live, and that's going to be great. That's going to be how you can sort people, how you can check in on their status, maybe like learn things about themselves. What's really cool about when you're creating memberships is you can actually have a custom form for when they sign up to the memberships to fill out certain data, which will get populated to their member CRM. So if there's anything that you particularly need to know, type of business, business address, all that kind of stuff, you can completely customize your membership field to do so. You can also upload data to each of these places, and if you need to migrate members to this, you can send us a CSV with all the information that you need, and we can upload it for you, and it will all be there, and we can send back a password and username for every member for the new their new membership portal, so they can log in too. And members, like I said, have specific access based on their membership type. So I will show you that here. So I'm going to just click add membership. You'll notice it's really similar to add a page or add an invoice or add an article. All of our content follows the same look and feel. That way, once you learn how to do one thing, you can do it all on the space. It's really easy to do. We try to make things simple and simple but meaningful. So I'm going to say standard membership, and it's going to be the default membership. We're going to make it a paid membership. So I'm just going to click this button. You can have free memberships, and you can see that we have different types of timeframes. You can have a one-time membership, a monthly membership, an annual membership, and then you can also have cyclical memberships, which so all of these memberships start the day that they sign up, and then they renew within the time period. So say I signed up October 1st, my renewal date would be October 1st. But William's renewal date, if he signed up last March, will be next March. Some people want to have a annual renewal date. So say memberships start on January 1st, and if you start March 1st, you'll pay a different level. That's something with cyclical memberships, something we can talk to you about. There's some cool documentation written about it. We'll drop it in the chat. So I'm going to make this a annual membership, and it's going to be $200. And here's another thing that's really cool. We have a auto renew option for your members. So once they sign up, once they put their membership in, put in their credit card, they have a profile that they can access, and it will just renew. You're not going to have to follow up with people on it. You can absolutely turn this off and reach out to members to renew. Another really cool thing is you can either have it auto renew and just have people know that they're going to have to check and automatically process, or you can send receipts and notifications to show people that, payments are coming up, all that kind of thing. Here's what I was mentioning earlier with this cyclical membership. Something that's really interesting, which I dive into in another webinar, is invite-only memberships. I will link that webinar at the end and send it out to you in the follow-up email. And then we also, all right, so then there's discounts, fields, permissions, all that kind of stuff. We're not going to add any we actually are going to add some discounts because we have that 50% off for new businesses. But I'm going to add some fields first to show you what that looks like. So we're going to say type of business. And you can have it be a fill field. You can have it be a memo field, all this type of stuff. Have phone numbers, lots of options. We're just going to have it be a text field. Actually, we'll make it a memo field because it gives it a little bit more room. It's going to be required. Show in profile. That's when other people look at your membership directory, which is something that you can choose to turn on or turn off. It'll be shown in profile and shown in checkout. All right, we're going to create that field, and then I'm also going to create an address field. You can see super similar user experience across the platform when adding or removing things. I'm going to do, and I'm going to say business address, BUSINES. Oh, nope, that's not spelled right. I told you guys, not great at it. Please include multiple addresses, and we'll create that membership. There's a very similar experience as you create more membership tiers. You can have memberships for all different types of things. You can have internal memberships that are invite only, just for your employees to give people specific access. You can do membership permissions, which we have an entire other webinar on. We'll also link. Really easy to do, really customizable. I think the power of the platform is that it's waiting for you to be the tool that you need based on your imagination and the type of access that you want to grant people. So we'll do that second membership. That was Online Warrior. All right, and you can add a description. You can make it paid. Maybe this one is an extra $100 a year. Maybe it's an extra $300 a year. Who knows? It's going to be an annual membership. You can also have the option to pay between monthly or annual and have different discounts based if they paid annually. I think that's a really great way to lock in your revenue for the year. If you have monthly memberships right now, maybe you should think about giving a little bit of a discount if people switch over to an annual membership, and that's something that you can definitely set up in Member.buzz. I'm going to open up a new Chrome window, or my colleague Brooke, and we're going to do Penguin Club CC .member.buzz. I forgot we haven't added our custom URL. And we're going to register. You'll see there's an action button right up here. You can completely customize your top menus. You can make this see-through. You can take your action button off. You can change your action button color, whatever it says, the logo. You know, we try to tell you to keep it within like 3 words, just because if it gets too wordy, it's going to look kind of weird, but it's really up to you. I'm going to click register. And you can see that you can register. You can change this notification logo to your login. And you have to choose the membership. So there's standard membership, Online Warrior. You'll see that the fields that I spoke about before are going to come in. Type of business, business address. Here's that thing, that little description. You can make this field as long as it needs to be. You'll gather that information on your web or on your members as they join. Like I said, we can upload this information for you as well. It's great once they put in their payment and create a username and password, they will have an account on your website, so they can log in right here using this login button and have access to different things depending on their membership. So that's great. We just made those memberships, and I'm going to just kind of come back to our goals for today and chat a little bit about them. So modernizing technology, Member.buzz is a great solution for that. You know, it integrates seamlessly with your current website if you choose to keep that website. If you want to build an entirely new website on Member.buzz, we have custom migration and design packages. Right now, we're trying to help people out. So we're doing a lot of design work for free. We're doing a lot of trainings for free. We're trying to help people, you know, become power users on the site, but if technology is not for you and you just want things to get moving, we can also help with that. Reducing costs. Member.buzz is a pay what you use model. It's completely free to use, to create content, to set up your site, to create memberships. There's never going to be any monthly costs associated. The only costs are a percentage of your sales. And that can be either put on you as a company, absorbed by the organization, or it can be absorbed as an external fee by the purchaser. Super easy and really scalable for your company. Chamber growth, retaining existing members, attracting new members, reaching new audiences. We're going to talk about that next. We're going to talk about cool ways that you can have different types of content on your space and in your membership portal, whatever you want to call it, and to try to engage new people. We're also going to talk about virtual community building, online events, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be primarily focused in our events and articles modules, which we'll discuss next, and then diversifying membership or diversifying revenue. We just talked about a tiered membership model, potentially reaching new audiences with discounts on yearly or annual or monthly or annual memberships, and discounts for new businesses to try to get them involved at a young age, or at a young age for their business, or including younger business owners. And then, ways to have different membership levels to expose people to different types of premium content. So let me just look over here at my notes. All right. Now we are going to talk, we're going to create an event and we're going to look at the articles area. A third thing that I do want to just touch on right now is landing pages. So we created our memberships. We can link our memberships, our registration page, back to that membership page if we wanted to. We're going to skip that right now, but we're going to go to pages. Here are an unlimited amount of pages that you can create, and you can really be creative with this. And there's two types of landing pages that I really recommend as a chamber you start to think about. The first one is landing pages that speak to a specific audience. So say you have those membership tiers. Why don't you build out a landing page for each specific persona? Say you have one that's all about new businesses in the area. You can use keywords to try to rank on SEO for that. You can run ads for those pages, directing people to that landing page, having, the value that your chamber provides for those people on that page. It's all done in pages. You can have one page about that. You can have another page about the exclusive content, businesses that are doing really well but are looking for partnerships or that exclusive content. You can have one all about that. So those are ways to basically increase your revenue by speaking to the proper person and convincing people that it's worth it to join your membership. Another way that you can use these landing pages is actually to highlight your members. I mentioned with that exclusive membership tier, the opportunity to have co-branded stuff or featured things. You can make a landing page for each of your members, that have that exclusive thing. Maybe they don't even have a website. That could be their online space, or you could highlight them and you can push it to their website. That's going to help with things like their online marketing, their SEO. That's really going to be a good place for people to find each other and connect online, to see the other members in your chamber, to really understand how that's going. We can absolutely help you design those, create standard templates for those. We're here, our design team is here to help you succeed in that endeavor. But there really is a lot of opportunity for that. And then there comes a kind of third topic, which we haven't really touched on today, but that's hierarchical spaces. So Maybe you have a chamber up here and you want to actually have another space for your member networks. It's an option for them. Hey, we're on Member.buzz. They have this great design team. They have this great service. I see that you need a website or you need some help with marketing, design, reaching new people for your business. Member.buzz can help you do that through our partnership with them. You can create a space, you can have this really nice thing for them, and it can be linked up to the chamber above. So that's really cool. Just a quick tangent. We're going to go back. We're going to quickly, because we only got 15 minutes left. I'm going to leave 5 minutes for questions, so only 10 minutes left. We're going to quickly talk about articles and events. I know a lot of people want to talk about virtual events. I've done a webinar on virtual events. I will link it here. It's a great watch. But basically, what's really cool about our events module is it's really all in one. It's the event invitation, information about the event, registration, checkout, all the finances from memberships, events, invoices, products, fundraisers are in one place. You can manage in your financial area. We're releasing some really cool new dashboards for that before the end of the year. So keep an eye out for those. But like I said, when you're creating an event, it's the same experience that we've been having all day long. You just click on the green button, you add the content in, you do some design, match your branding, and bam, it's there. Now, everyone's talking about virtual events, and I know everyone's been on a Zoom happy hour or a Zoom trivia night, and we're tired of it. It's, people are craving that online content. So how do you create that online community? How do you drive conversation on your space, not somewhere else, but really on your space? That's where virtual events come in. And we can absolutely do that. What you can do is you can have the event space almost be like a chat with the comments feature on and create a forum. So you can have an upcoming event or a recurring event and have a forum to share resources, get excited about things, all that kind of stuff. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, whoops. So here's the event thing. We can say my virtual event and add a description, venue name, venue description, all this kind of stuff. If it's virtual, you obviously do the online description. Oh no. Sorry guys, I pressed refresh. We'll create an event. Really quickly, I'll just talk about articles while this is loading. Basically, based on each article, which is like a blog or a piece of content, you can have specific articles be available to specific membership tiers. I keep coming back to this gated content, but it's actually a really important way to diversify your income. You guys are working so hard to provide value for your members. Think about it. Really strategically think, what are these people looking for? What would help these people? Obviously, give every membership tier the opportunity to learn and grow from these things. But articles are really where you can have valuable content potentially from other members. That's another way to kind of diversify income is having contributing authors or partnerships. But basically different articles can have different access, and the exclusive could have access to everything. So yeah, here's the events thing. Just my awesome event. You can enable comments. That's how you can have a forum on your events. You can also have comments on your articles, which is a forum for your articles. Like I said, you can have different articles with titles like collaboration in tech. So people can join different forums or check in and have conversations there. We're going to turn off the default title. You can have guest checkout be on or on. So this is great for if it's a member only event across the board, or if you can have some prospects join. It just means that people have to be signed in with a membership to purchase. And then here's that design feature so you can make your events look and feel exactly how you would want. And then here's where you add tickets, discounts, additional fields, permissions for your internal people to be able to access different things, and an album for photos after the event or other types of content. I'm not going to create this now because we have a great webinar on virtual events, but I'm going to do one last thing before we kind of open the floor for discussion. And it's, say you're really happy with your website. Member.buzz provides you a space to build a beautiful website. Not only do you have all this other functionality, which is really the bread and butter of Member.buzz, but you can build a really beautiful website. Say you already have a website. Say you just finished building your website and you're happy with it, but you're not happy with how you're processing memberships or sending invoices or writing articles or having events. You're not happy with the other things that are great about Member.buzz. You can seamlessly integrate Member.buzz with your current website. I'm going to show you how to do that with Penguin Club. So Penguin Club, yes, it's a Member.buzz site, but we're going to pretend that it is any other website. I'm just going to run to the dashboard and I'm going to go to this homepage and I'm going to add a button from the homepage, pages, to my new membership page. Oh, cool. Why become a member? We designed this on a previous webinar. I'm just going to insert a cool button. And I'm going to say, check out our Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to make the button big. Blue. And flat. I like the flat buttons. And then we're going to change the text to be this Montserrat. Nice. All right, cool. Let's see if that worked. You can also link an entire slice, which is really cool. I'll show you guys how to do that as well. Great. So we're going to save that. We'll go back to the Penguin Club homepage. penguinclub.org. And you can see, check out our Chamber of Commerce. Click on that. You can see we're going to a different website. You can change the URL so it matches better, or you can have it be members.your.url, and you can see it comes right here. How I mentioned before, you can edit the menu so it matches your website. You can make the home or the events back to your previous page. You can seamlessly link things. So if you do actually have two web platforms, no one would know. And we can really help you to do that. And then there's always going to be a little login membership thing up here. You can hide it and you can make it so you have to go to the login page, which I can show you on my thing right here. So if that was hidden, you could just do /login and no, but I think it's nice to have it up there, always available. So this is a lot of content for 1 hour. I have so much more to show you and share with you and talk about with you. If you found this valuable at all, if you have questions, if you want to learn more, I am available to do an hour-long demo, or if you know you want to use Member.buzz, sign up, start working on it. You can schedule a training. We can design your space together. Whatever you need, I'm here. My design team is here. We have a marketing team. Everyone is here to help you be successful. At the end of the day, our mission is to help groups and organizations focus on their mission. We want to enable you to focus on your mission so you can be successful with what you care to do. Thanks so much for joining. Have a good day, everyone.